Breaking news. Techno Mention, our Discord, got a "You Are Appreciated" this week at Dick's Sporting Goods.
Really? You are appreciated, or I
You
appreciate
are
you?
appreciated.
Oh,
yeah.
that's new. You got a variation.
Breaking things.
Whoa. A variant. A variant.
A variant.
Like eight
Wasn't
of us.
that like-
Eight of us get that.
Yeah.
It
Nice.
was low key. It was low key. Not like low key.
It was low key Loki.
It was low key, low key. Heavy thought. Oh my god, I gotta figure out how to work this into like a lot more things.
Loki.
A lot more
Loki,
sentences with people who will get
Loki.
it, and there aren't that many. All right, hold on. I gotta look up. This is so funny. The world is so profoundly not funny, and sometimes also funny.
There are elements of both.
Yeah.
Yep. That is the ironic horror of the world's existence.
Yep. Okay.
Sometimes I
got that
wonder
one
if the
right.
internet has caused us to have too much context.
Possibly. Possibly. It is well, it certainly has caused us to have too many opposing viewpoints, and no truth.
So I don't know what it's called, but there's a principle of the advancement of progress where you have to think about a thing that naturally happened in the past. So a great example is exercise.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the ancientest of times, we didn't have to exercise because we had to exercise to live, right? We had to
Right.
run on the hunt or walk around and gather and lift things. And so only with progress and labor-saving devices did we get to the point where like, oh, wait a minute, same thing with food, right? You used to just starve. So you didn't have to worry about what you eat. You just had to worry about eating. And
Right.
then we, had Green Revolution. Everybody's got food now. And it became like, now even poor people are getting malnourished, not because they don't eat enough, but because they're eating the wrong things. And we have to think about what we eat. And yeah, I guess I've said this before, so it's not new, but information and context is now something we blissfully didn't have to worry about in the past. And now we do.
It's so true. It's funny too, because whenever I contemplate that, then I think about the fact that somehow and yet information made it to people, and a small number of people would in fact act on that information in the form of revolution or voting, all those things
But
would
not
actually
as
occur.
much information made it, right?
Oh, for sure. Not as much information. But I just
And
wonder
so
if
it
the
got naturally weeded
ratios-
out in the slow rollout of the information.
What, the amount of information or
Yeah. So you have more revolutions when the printing press comes along because suddenly the information can move a little faster.
to more people? Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Anyway, yes, we absolutely do. We 100% do.
We are info fat.
Did you just make that up? That's pretty
I
good.
did. Yeah.
I like info fat.
I did, with the internet being what it is, I'm not going to claim I'm the first person to ever think of it, but I just thought of it
True.
myself just now.
Yeah, we're info overloaded.
Info overloaded. Info overload is good.
I just figured that somebody on the internet with all their
Yeah.
info was going to yell at you for saying fat, but
Oh,
turns out I
true.
don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's been the kind of week where I took out all of my frustrations on the world with the world. Like I had all the, I was, I wasn't having all the feelings even before today. And so
Mhm.
then as I have been wont to do for roughly my entire career, took them all out on Apple.
And if anyone doesn't know Molly, that's considered healthy for her. Okay.
That's pretty much
Everyone,
that is in fact my coping skill is complain about Apple. And so I went on Blue Sky yesterday and I was like, you know what? Honestly, I had a really good time. I encourage you to read not only the whole Blue Sky thread, but
I
all the
missed it. I can't
replies.
wait to go dig this up. Yeah.
I replied to everyone who wrote back to me. That where I was going with this is that I was going to say that I actually told somebody to F off on social media. Like I was just like, hey, hi, fuck off. like in response to his, trolley message.
Yeah,
Although
yeah,
in
yeah.
retrospect, I'm reconsidering because I remembered that his trolley message referred to me as an aging millennial, which is, and I'm
Which is
50, so that was actually
almost a
like kind of
compliment.
nice.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I was like, crap,
I'll
like, should I
stop. I'll
have told him?
stop.
Oh, you get out. Yeah, and I just was like, the last thing I need from this company is new hardware. Like I need the software to work. And I just like listed like the 15
Mm-hmm.
things that go wrong
Yeah.
for me that are tiny on a daily basis. Like, oh, I tried to select one word and now I've selected the entire paragraph and I will not be able to move that slider ever again. Like, you are screwed. You made your bed and now you will copy, paste, or delete. Like, that's it. And I just like
You
listed
made your
them.
bed, now copy, paste, or delete in it.
Pretty much. And that's that. Anyway, so I had a blast writing it all and then everybody chimed in with their little thing that goes wrong all
Yeah.
the time. And I was like, and it was good and it helped, but it also caused me to tell somebody to F off on the internet, which I'm not sure I've ever done. Like, usually I just ignore them, but now I'm into the new trend of naming and shaming them. And I was ready. I was like, if he comes back again, I'm going to retweet it. And I'm going to be like, or reskeet it and be like, does anybody hear that? Because I like could have sworn that I told this guy to F off, but here he still is. And then he didn't answer. So I'm just know that joke is in the bank for some
Well, because there's
time.
two ways that goes, right? And the second way that I'm going to say is the reason they say don't engage. The first way it goes is the way it sounds like maybe it went, is somebody realizes like, oh, I feel bad about that. I shouldn't have done that. And her telling me to F off like makes me feel bad, and I'm going to stop. But the second way is people are like, that's what I'm here for. I got attention. I'm an attention whore. Blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
So yeah, sounds
But
like
I do-
your instincts served you well that time.
Yeah, I mean, I also think like 90%. I think there's not 90%. I think there's probably a high percentage of the time it's not even a person. It's just like a
Well,
bot.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
know, it's
right.
like a hate bot. So then when you're like
Yeah,
F
yeah.
off, they're not going to come back because they're like not real.
No, the worst thing you could do is maybe you're now telling the algorithm the importance of that bot account by paying attention to it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think anymore though, I really do. I'm curious to know your thoughts on this because I've thought about bringing it as a thing. I think I texted the group actually, and I was like, have you seen this? But I'm seeing a lot of creators quote the person who said something dumb or trolly to them,
Mm-hmm.
as a screenshot with their screen name,
Screenshot. Mm-hmm.
and then respond to it snottily, right? Respond to it,
Right.
and just be like, here's all the reasons you're wrong, idiot. But it's like simultaneously a call out also.
Yeah.
And I
Without
think
giving
it's a
the
very-
without giving the promotion to the account because it's a screenshot.
No, they promote the account. They 100% are like, this idiot said this.
Sure, but because it's a screenshot, the system
Oh, right. Yes. Got
doesn't
it.
read it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Got
yes,
it.
you
That's
and
a
I
good wrinkle I hadn't
humans,
thought about.
you and I humans look at it and know, oh, that was the idiot that said it. But the system doesn't read it as and the system
Engagement.
can catch up and start to read images at this point. But right now it doesn't. So it's like, I don't know, screenshot. Cool.
That's so smart. Like, I wonder if that's part of the reason that they're doing it that way. I had not thought about
Maybe.
that wrinkle at all.
Yeah.
So they
Could
rob
be.
them of engagement, but also sick people
Yeah.
on them.
Right. You're not boosting that account, but still naming and shaming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Huh. Fascinating.
That is fascinating.
Anyways, it's also a thing. It's also a thing on the internet that's happening.
It is. Well, cool.
Speaking of
I am tempted to complain about AirPods, but
Oh my God, please do. Complain about everything, please.
okay, fine.
We have time.
My version of the like, ooh, I will now share my frustration is
Please do.
how the AirPods think they know what I want and never do.
Oh God, yes, totally. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I believe that. Yeah, it might
so-
have been in my list.
I almost universally listen to podcasts on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a Pixel Fold paired to the AirPods, could often be an iPhone.
Yep.
And if I sit down at this machine, there's a 50-50 chance that the AirPods will just go, oh, you're near your MacBook. You must want to connect to that, even though you're totally listening to podcast right now, and it'll
Right.
stop it. Or I'll pick up my phone, I'll put my AirPods in, I'll start to walk away, and I will click them, which normally just begins playing what I was listening to when I put it down the last time, and it'll go, oh, you're walking away from your laptop? Let me launch Apple Music on that laptop and play something random from it, because clearly that's what you want.
You 100%. This, what you have said, is the exact tenor of the thread that I posted. It's exactly
Okay,
that. And in
yeah.
fact, I even said, I looked just to make sure. I was like, one, I would like speech to text to work when I'm wearing my AirPods, because a lot of times it just doesn't. No reason. Don't know why. And I was
yeah.
like, speaking of which, I would like to stop playing roulette every time I put one in my ear, seeing whether it will connect to the phone at all or whether it will decide to connect to a computer in the basement
In the basement, yes.
or neither. Sometimes it just doesn't connect to either of them. And then sometimes I'm on the phone with a friend or client, and then all of a sudden it's like, you don't want to be on your AirPods anymore. I'm gonna go ahead.
Yeah,
and move
you
this over to your phone
probably
for
want
you.
to be somewhere else. Yeah.
You just want this to be on your laptop in the basement. Like,
Oh,
who has
the
ever
best.
wanted that?
We were doing a live stream watch along of the MTV VMAs on Sunday. And I was really not, I was just kind of engineering it. You know, I was talking a little bit, but I was like, well, I'm going to go take Seven out in the backyard and then feed him. So I removed myself from StreamYard, right? And then, you know, I pick up my phone and I take Seven out and I put my AirPods in to take him for a walk, and it connects me to StreamYard, which means that the microphone is now plugged into StreamYard. Thankfully, you can remove yourself from the stage so that doesn't, you know, send the mic into the, but I'm like, no. And so I had to make sure to take my AirPods out when I got too close to the house at the end of the walk.
Yep.
So they wouldn't do it again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, this is more of a Murphy's Law than necessarily a software thing, but it will always ask me if I am done with my outdoor walk as I am about to use the yes command with Seven on said walk. Like it just knows.
Right. Totally.
It just knows. It's like
And
you're
you're like-
about to say, because yes is his release word. So we're on the walk and we stop. I'll say yes, and then he can sniff around or pee or whatever he needs to do. And I'll be like, I'll stop, and it'll go, I'll start to mouth the word yes, and it'll like, are you done with your outdoor walk? And I'll say yes to Seven. And like, great, ending your outdoor walk. No.
You're like, wow, that's an annoying one. I forgot about Apple. Like, I haven't had an Apple Watch in a long time because I found it so irritating. But yeah, that had some fun ones too. Related to AirPods, and then I'll tell the Apple Watch one that used to make me insane, is the thing where like the AirPods definitely know when I take them out of my ear, right? Like that audio stops.
Right.
And if I take them both out, it sort of stops what it's doing. However, if, for example, I'm running up to my studio in a panic today because a taping was happening that wasn't on my calendar, I take them both out and I just throw them on the counter, not in the case.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I want to speech to text or I get a call, then the audio will go through the AirPods that are downstairs on the counter somewhere. Like I checked, and it was
they're
like
clearly not in your ear.
AirPods.
Yes,
Even
they're not
though
in the case, but also not in your ear. They're nowhere.
They're nowhere.
Yeah.
And they're not even on the same floor. So that's an awesome one that maybe I
Yeah.
might go back and add to the Blue Sky thread because I love the idea of it just getting longer. Like just, I want it to get to a literal 1,000 cuts because that's what this is. It's death by a tiny 1,000 cuts. and then the one about the Apple Watch that used to just slay me is that the waterproof Apple Watch that I would occasionally wear in the pool, and then I would be goofing off in the pool, and then it would say, "Are you working out? Are you swimming?" But you can't press it.
Oh,
it
no.
deactivates the screen.
Right. No, I ran
And
into that when I was on vacation and I was in the ocean and
like,
I had
this is
forgotten to
helpful.
start it before I got in the ocean. It's like, you're clearly swimming. Would you like to start that? I'm like, I would.
I would love to.
I would
I
like to,
can't right
but
now.
apparently I can't.
So maybe just don't detect that if you're underwater. Give me the option. I mean, it's just, these are the details that are just like, I was like, I'm sure that iOS engineer is not the most coveted job in the Valley right now, right? Like you could be working on cool AI stuff, or you could be working on self-driving cars or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, but do not come along to a business owner who is like, I'm just trying to use this thing for fucking work at this point. I'm trying to get work done, and it behaves a different way every time I use it, and all these little things like take time or just whatever. I'm like, don't you come along and ask me for another $1,200 for a phone. Don't you dare. fix my shit, fix my speech to text before you have the balls to put on yet another party and be like, it's thinner. Like, also, we are really still doing that? You've got to be kidding me.
I know
Anyway,
so many people who are like, were saying that until they saw it, and they're like, "Oh, that is pretty cool."
Is it pretty? I
Like,
have no idea.
I don't know. I don't know why. It just works.
Because they have convinced us all of this time.
Maybe.
It's thinner.
It's just they're foldable. They just haven't folded it yet. That's all.
Yet.
That's
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yet. And then they will, and people, I mean, it's still working, apparently. I don't know. I mean, I literally saw it as part of the headlines. And considering all of the headlines, that's saying a lot.
Yeah. So many tech reviewers were like, I actually picked it up and it's pretty nice. Like, it works. Like, wow,
sure, I
can't
know.
explain it either. But
Yeah. Also, I'm sure it is. I don't give a shit. I want my speech to text to work.
yeah.
I want you to stop grabbing names of random people in my contacts and replacing common nouns with them, except when I actually need you to use the name of my contact. Like, for example, I have a friend named Cece, spelled C-E-C-E. And I'm always like, call Cece, or I want to text her, Cece, you're amazing. And 90, like every other speech to text just puts a random name in there, except for Cece, it's S-I-S-S-Y. Every single time, like never will learn her name. Ever.
La jibolala. What?
Am I
What was I trying to
displacing a lot of
remind myself?
rage? Like, yes, I'm displacing a lot of rage right now.
That's okay. That's helpful.
On Apple, which is honestly
today.
what Apple has been there. They've been there for me in this capacity.
Yeah.
so
In some
long,
ways, they're your best friend.
I honestly thank them. They just stand there and take it.
All right. Well, now that you've
All right,
got your
let's do
Apple
the show.
rage out, hopefully you have a little left over for Vegas, and then we can do that in the show.
Yes. Yes, I put a note in there. Ready to rock.
All right. Are we ready? Let's clap
Yep.
it up. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. And music. In 3, 2.
Give it to me.
Hey everyone, I'm Molly Wood.
And I'm Tom Merritt.
And welcome to It's a Thing, the weekly podcast supported by you, which is all about things that are things.
That's right. This is the
us.
show. If you ever wondered, is that a thing? We're here for you. That's why.
We're here
That's
for
what we do. It's our job.
It's our whole, sadly, it's not our whole entire job yet,
It's our vocation.
but it's our calling.
It is our
It's our
avocation.
gift.
It is our gift to be able
It is
to
our
deem these things.
avocation to tell people who are like middle-aged or just a little bit younger what the kids are talking about. That's like
And if you're a listener, if you're not new to this show and you're like thinking to yourself, like, that's true. There has been a time where either Molly or Tom or both have been in my head and I've been able to understand something or look cool in front of my kids, or if that's ever happened, all we ask is that you spread the word. Spread the good word of It's a
Spread the
Thing.
good word. Spread the gospel of It's a Thing. Tell your friends. Maybe spread that word via a t-shirt or a tote
Yep.
bag
Oh,
or
right.
a
Yeah.
manifestation journal. Some kind of, we have
Definitely.
swag now. We got gear.
A little clear plastic bag for that next stadium visit.
Mm-hmm.
Says
We don't just
privacy is dead on it. So you could just, be like, look at the security guard and go, shrug.
It's clear.
It's just true.
It's clear. Just true. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
That
don't
is a
just
real
talk
thing.
about things. We turn things into merch.
We
That
turn
is a
things into
thing.
things.
At it'sathing.me/shop. Exactly.
Now we have a
instantiate them
follow-up
physically.
thing to start off the show because we were talking previously about the dearth of people in Vegas. And this was not my own observation. It was just people I know in Vegas were saying like, yeah, it seems like we're not getting as many people. It's kind of a ghost town between conferences, not unlike usual. And Molly, you went to Vegas solely to find out if this was true.
That's
I
the
know that's
only
not
reason
true.
I went on it. It's a thing field trip. Exactly. No, we talked about this as a thing because it is a huge TikTok trend. Vegas is dead. It has led to all of these news articles about, is Vegas in a death spiral? And all the TikTokers have been, posting things about how nobody's there. And part of the reason is that it's so expensive and it's just nickel and diming. And there's one guy did a great video about it, and he basically was just like, it's because you can feel the capitalism now. Like you feel so extracted from that it's not fun. Like
I
it would
mean,
be
that's
fun if you
always been
went
true
there.
of Vegas, to be honest. But yeah, I think it's got even less fun recently.
But you could go there for like $100 a head is the point that he made. You could go there for like $100 a person and get some free drinks and like go to a buffet and have a good time, knowing that they were going to take your money, and it was
Yeah.
a deal. And now the inexpensive part of that deal is gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So-
they removed the myth that maybe you could win enough to make it worthwhile. Right.
Exactly. And then
Yeah.
they just made everything expensive, and it's the kind of stuff that I think like we've noticed and complained about for years, that there's like a resort fee when you check in.
Yeah.
And why is there that? And so it's like that kind of thing. But so there I am in Vegas for this clean energy conference, which is kind of ironic all by itself, but what are you going to do? And they put me up in Caesar's Palace. And I just all of a sudden found myself living the thing, like the actual thing that all the TikToks were about. The
Oh,
first
wow.
thing I noticed when I check in is the kind of mini bar setup. You know, it's like there's some tequila, and I was in an executive suite because I was a keynoter. It was very nice of them to put me up there, and I don't want to like complain about it too much, but it was fascinating because there's a little sign on the mini bar that's just like, you know, anything you take from here we'll charge you for. And if you put any of your own things in the mini fridge, the housekeeping will remove them, and then for your convenience, this is what the sign says. For your convenience, we'll charge you a $75 restocking fee. So if you take some stuff out of the fridge to put your cold brew and your Chobani in there,
Yeah.
then housekeeping will come and be like, you did not. And they will take your stuff out and let your yogurt spoil. And then they will put a $75 charge on your bill for putting back the Red Bulls.
I thought for a second they were restocking your stuff, your Chobani.
Nope. This is to put back the stuff that you moved. You didn't buy it. You just
Yeah.
moved it. And they
Yeah.
will charge you $75. So I'm like, oh my. And then the language is so Orwellian.
Yeah.
It's like customer service via gaslighting. So then you can only interact with the hotel through text. And so then I text them and I'm like, oh, I'm in this big suite. I can't believe there's not a bathroom in here. So I
Wait, you
text
can't
them.
just call down to the
No,
to
they're
the
like, you'll be
front
on
desk?
hold. They're like, you'll be on hold for 9 hours. Would you like
Okay,
to text
gotcha.
instead? It's like calling
Uh-huh.
Delta.
Uh-huh.
So I text, could I request a bathrobe? Because I am shocked there isn't one. It's an executive suite.
Yeah,
They're
right.
like, oh, I'm so sorry. We no longer provide bathrobes or slippers
Mm,
at all.
mhm. Which again, for people listening, like, oh, a big spender doesn't get the bathrobe. That is kind of normal for that level of room.
It's extremely
It's not
standard.
the end of the world, but it's like, okay, so you're that chintzy that your executive suite doesn't have a bathrobe.
And you can't get one. Like I would understand if they just
That
made
brings you
bathrobes-
down a star.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
And
that's
then-
sort of like, okay, so this is a 2-star, not a 3-star or 4-star.
Right. Exactly. It's just like, oh, so you're
Yeah.
just kind of like you're like a
I
little
don't
bit of a,
expect the Hampton Inn to give me a bathrobe.
Exactly. This is very Hampton Inn behavior,
Yeah.
right? That's Residence Inn behavior to not have any at all and then refuse to provide it in what is otherwise kind of like a upscale seeming property. All the restaurants
Right,
are really
right.
expensive and
It's called Caesar's Palace, not Caesar's Motel.
yeah, exactly. And then finally, I took screenshots of all this because I was like, this is an incredible
Yeah,
field
yeah,
report. Like Vegas is dead. And then I have a story about the deadness. Then I text them, hey, can I check out a little bit late? And they're like, what time would you like to check out? And what is your Caesar's reward tier?
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't even know what
Right.
that is. So I'm like, I would like to check out at 1 p.m. And they're like, okay, we'll check pricing and availability for you.
Mhm.
Like I've requested an add-on service. Now it's getting more common for hotels to charge for checking out, but it's not standard, I would say.
Mhm. Yeah.
Then they text me back and they're like, you could check out. And I said, I want to check out at 1. They're like, you can check out at noon for $80. You can check out, which is an hour later.
Uh-huh.
Think about how much $80 is compared to the cost of a hotel room.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it's a
that
quarter
is the cost of a
cost,
hotel
best
room.
case, and in some cases,
Right.
it's the cost of an entire room. Or you can check out at 2 p.m. Not what I asked.
Not
for.
one? They didn't give you the
One
hour
was
you
not an
requested.
option. Noon at 80 or 2 p.m. for $200.
That's a whole other night. Maybe not
Which
at
is a
that
whole
level
other
of
night.
room, but still.
Or 4 p.m. for $400.
No.
I was like, you have got to be kidding me. I just put the do not disturb sign on the door and I left when I was ready. But And then, but my driver, I will tell you, told me that the weekend, so I was there this past, Sunday to Tuesday. And he said there were a lot of things in town this week, but that the prior 5 months had been completely dead.
Wow.
Yep. And it wasn't crowded.
Well,
but honestly, that's why. All the stuff that I had happen in 2
first
days,
of all,
that's why.
Here's the thing. Caesars may be going downhill.
Yes.
It's not impossible. So the only thing we can do is for me to go to Vegas in 2 weekends for my anniversary and to see Le Seraphim at the Michelob Theater and report back.
Yes.
What I
oh my
find
God,
out.
Please do. Field report. Field report.
I think we're staying at the Mandalay Bay. Yeah.
Oh, the Mandalay Bay, I like.
Yeah. So we'll see.
But it is aging. It is definitely.
But we can A/B test this because Caesars and Mandalay's newer than Caesars in the grand scheme of things, but they are presented as equivalent levels of property. I think. Mm-hmm. We're not staying at the Delano, but it's not called the Delano. They changed it. I think it's the W or what is it now? They rebranded because they have a Four Seasons in the Marriott and they have the Delano, but the Delano just changed name to something else. It's like a JW Marriott or something weird.
Oh, really? Weird. Huh.
I need to
our
find
chat,
this out.
by the way, if you support our show on Patreon at patreon.com/isthething, you can join your fellow listeners live in the Discord. And the Discord chat is posting TikToks, including a group of young girls who were so astounded by the policy on using the mini fridge that they were like afraid to open it. That's how I feel about the mini fridge. It might as well be a live cobra. Like you stay the hell away from that thing because if you move it, apparently if you move something, you get charged.
Oh, it's a W. It's the W now. The Delano is the W.
Interesting.
Okay. Well, let's get to our first thing. My first thing is dragon fruit flavored stuff. That could be your smoothie. That could be the special ice cream flavor. It could be the high chews. It could be a lollipop, or it could be Mountain Dew, because Mountain Dew is now available in dragon fruit flavor. If you haven't run across this yet, everything is dragon fruit. Dragon fruit's having a moment. Everybody wants a dragon fruit. And this struck me actually when somebody gave me a lollipop at a concert, which sounds really like a really bad idea. But it was one of those K-pop concerts where they give out freebies, so it's very trustworthy. And it was
for sure ecstasy.
It was it was ecstasy flavored, but it said dragon fruit. No, it was dragon fruit flavored. And I was like, dragon fruit. Dragon fruit's everywhere now. Even freaking, Tootsie Pops are dragon fruit.
That's so good. That's such a good spot. I mean, if it is Mountain Dew flavor, then it's mainstream.
No, it's everywhere. So yeah, if you want to be on trend, you can order your dragon fruit. But if you want to be like hipster, you should eschew like dragon fruit's so over. They make Mountain Dew
everywhere right now.
Yeah,
I would like to. I mean, I think dragon fruit as like a cocktail. This is a good one because it's a thing that people have heard of. It tastes good, but it makes you feel really exotic.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
And they sell dragon fruit. I don't know if this is common. They sell dragon fruit at my Ralph's, which I'm like, where are you sourcing this dragon fruit from?
That's true. They have it at my community market too. It does seem to have picked up where lychee kind of failed.
Yeah.
Like lychee didn't seem to work, even though it tastes good. And I knew people who made like lychee martinis and things like that, but I don't think it didn't. But dragon fruit's just like a cooler name.
Yeah. Also, this is probably just that berry flavor that they just slap different names on.
Yeah, true. Let's be real. It's all the same flavor. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I have a wellness trend.
Ah, very good.
I brought a wellness trend for us because one, it has become more common for people to worry about and engage in attempting to drain their lymphatic systems.
That sounds dangerous.
Man, I gotta say, I booked this like lymphatic drainage massage because I'm at the age where I'm just like, I have unexplained swelling and I don't know why.
Yeah.
Oh, hormones? Okay, super.
Okay.
And I came across this because I was like, could this be a thing? Because I think for me it was a creatine side effect, basically. I had swelling for like weeks and weeks and
Too
weeks
much
that would
creatine?
not go away. Just a bad reaction to it.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, very
Supposedly
bad.
creatine doesn't have a lot of reactions, so
Yeah,
unlucky
it's
you.
so fun how they say that all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I had a terrible reaction, and then I have been on some forums since where people are like, "Yeah, that totally happened to me," and no one talks about it. And
Interesting.
instead, they're acting like it's this sort of like universal thing. But be careful. Anyway, I was researching lymphatic drainage because I was like, "All right, maybe that's."
So
what
we're not
happened.
poking a hole in you and draining it out.
No. And in fact,
Good.
what I ended up doing, which was amazing, was going and getting this little, like these spaceman pants. And then after that, a little space lady jacket that inflates and just sort of like massage, like it inflates and deflates in a sequence up and down
What?
your legs and stomach.
Oh
and
my
just
gosh,
massage
that
it.
sounds amazing.
It was incredible. It's like the best little nappy. Oh, it's so good. And then all the
Wow.
fluid just was like moving, and then I drank a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
water.
yeah.
Honestly, really helped. But also, when you look up lymphatic drainage, which itself is like a thing that everybody's trying to do to reduce their inflammation,
Okay.
you often come up with dry brushing, like constantly.
Careful.
And so then I just kept constantly discovering that dry brushing is totally a thing. And it is kind of a thing for exfoliating. So
Oh,
dry
okay.
brushing is just those scrubby brushies, like you can have them in the tub or whatever.
Right.
And then you can dry brush, like people use them before they get in the shower to exfoliate their skin.
Right. And that's hence the, because I'm like, aren't all brushes kind of usually dry? But yeah, okay. You're doing it before you rinse or whatever.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
But now apparently the wellness community is like, oh yeah, dry brushing, especially depending on the direction of the strokes, will help you drain your lymph nodes. I don't know. I didn't do it. I mean, I just was like, okay. But yes,
It's starting.
allocate.
It's starting because there's always the wellness trends that are real, that use real words that
Yep.
mean things, and then there's wellness trends that aren't real. And I'm not trying to say this is either one when I say this, but there's the ones that people just arrange words that sound good, but then when you think real hard, you're like, I'm not sure that means anything, and I can't tell on this one.
I can't tell either. Like I'm not. I have a hard time, but I don't know. You know
There's
what?
a little.
I agree.
There's a little like
I agree with you.
Address the imbalance of the bodily humors feeling that this is giving.
Exactly. And yet at the same time, we do know that like massage
Yeah.
works in that way and
Definitely,
can get things
right.
moving in your body.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But then
So-
the idea of it being a brush,
Theoretically, stimulating things with the brush could work.
maybe,
All right.
but I don't know. Anyway, it's a thing.
But definitely a
and then-
thing. Okay.
And then, yes, and then you read something like, Dr. Alan Christensen is a big proponent of therapeutic skin brushing due to its capacity to reset the adrenals.
How exactly? Doctor
Another-
of what?
Another home-based option that's growing in popularity is using a vibration platform. Like people buy these literal, like
Yeah.
shaky beds and
Okay.
lay on them. I mean,
Could-
I don't know.
Could be something
right?
to it.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah.
Huh.
Anyway,
All right.
either way, really, whether I have a value judgment or not, and let's be
Right.
honest, like judging is half the fun. It's a thing. Dry
brushing
I
is a
could
thing.
not believe how often it came up, and now I see it everywhere. Probably that's partly algorithm, but also it just like it's they sell the brushes at the place where I got the lymphatic
Yeah.
drainage squeezy.
That's when you know, right?
Yeah.
I'm not just seeing it on Instagram. I also see it in real life.
Exactly. Which I think is actually, come to think of it, kind of an important gut check for us on this show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You will probably need some sort of wellness regimen of some sort if you have eaten a lot of cake with a wine glass recently, because this is the new viral trend. It kind of started in the midst of time with somebody who didn't have a cake knife, but did have an empty wine glass at a party and was just like, what if we just cut the cake with the wine glass? And it's the way you eat it then, right? You put the wine glass upside down, you kind of punch a little cake hole with the wine glass, turn it upside down real fast,
What?
and then you've got a wine glass filled with cake. All you need is a fork
I mean,
or a spoon.
That's like really fun, actually.
It's
really
great.
like that.
I kind of love this.
I love this. This also reminds me when I was a kid, we had a goblet from like we used to hang out at a restaurant in town called the Hofbrau. Was like German themed, you know.
Oh
And
yeah,
they
love a
had like
Hofbrau.
exactly. They had a giveaway goblet that was kind of like a wine glass, but like a big goblet made of thick glass. And my mom would use it to make sandwiches. So she would make a sandwich
Oh.
and then she would put the glass on top of the bread and to cut the
Oh
crusts off.
yeah, right.
And so then we
Same
always had
kinda
these
thing.
like perfectly round sandwiches. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
But that's so the combination of the wine glass and the cake is like so festive somehow. It's really party.
Yeah.
I really enjoy this.
Food Republic traces it back to a TikTok user called The Rose Period who posted a video of a birthday celebration in 2020. So this has been cooking for a while. And was just having all the guests use a wine glass to go and like pop a piece of cake out.
Oh my goodness. A simple and sanitary way to serve and eat dessert, not to mention it looks cool, which is true. It looks great.
Yeah, you've got a little
I-
layer cake, especially if the cake is layered, obviously. But you got a
Uh-huh.
little layer cake view, right? Because you can see it in the cake.
Right. It's almost like a trifle then.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And they say
Exactly.
it's more sanitary than a community cake knife, which is true.
I guess that's true, right? Because you are eating out of the thing that touched the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not re-adding it.
Well,
'Cause
because
everybody's got their own
everybody
wine
uses
glass.
their finger to wipe off the
Oh,
knife,
totally.
too,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. When they're
This
not
is-
looking.
This is such a delightful find, and it makes me want to have a party, honestly.
Yeah. It's enough of a reason for a party just to try this out. I know. I don't even like cake. And I kind of want to
mean-
try this.
I guess I would want to do it if it was a catered party, come to think of it, because I bet cleaning those wine glasses kind of sucks.
Yeah.
You got the crusty frosting.
Especially because wine glasses don't go in the dishwasher. So
Some do.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah. You just get them out.
So if you make sure you only use the wine glasses that can go in the dishwasher for this,
Mm-hmm.
which it doesn't really matter, right? It's not like, oh no, that's the improper wine glass for cake. Like,
Right. Totally. But Offie James is pointing out that the mess on the outside, the mess is real. The mess would be real. And trying to get
the mess when
leftover
you're
cake
eating it is
out.
kind of fun, though.
Right.
Right.
But the
Because you're
cleanup
you're
mess-
holding it at the top, so the mess is all at the top, or you're holding it at the
You-
bottom.
At
so,
the bottom.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can tell I have thrown way too many parties at this point because now I'm thinking about cleanup. But yes, I love this. And more importantly, again, judgment aside, it's a thing.
It's definitely a thing. Sam says there's so much wasted cake that gets left behind, and I think that's just always true.
To
Yeah.
be real, that's just cake.
That's
Almost
that's
nobody
cake
finishes
life.
their cake. That's cake life. That's why cupcakes are actually the better option if we're being
Yeah.
honest. If we're honest.
When I went to that wedding in Oklahoma, they had cupcakes, and I was like, "Oh, we did that at our wedding too, cool." And a couple of people were like, "Where's the cake?" They were mad.
What? Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
for
just
crying out
cupcakes.
loud.
Oh.
That's sort of the perfect entree to, or I guess entryway, and not entree, like food wise, not as opposed to dessert. Wow, my brain tried to make way too many jumps there, and then I tried to explain them, and I went to stop.
Alert! Metaphor shear, go around.
Brilliant. I would like to be the party host who served the cupcakes and then, in the face of such criticism, remained and told everybody that I was just completely unbothered.
I love it.
Unbothered. This is not new. I don't even want to say that I have just discovered it. This is one of those things that I have now been hearing for so long that I cannot believe, and I am slightly embarrassed that I have not brought it to the show before. Like unbothered as a personality type, a
Mhm.
comment, a state of being, a state of Buddhist level ascension,
Mm-hmm. No attachments.
and or no attachments, and also just like kind of the epitome of the profoundly cool way that you would like to go through the world. Just
Yeah.
unbothered.
I can't be bothered. Is it the same vibe as that?
I think that I can't be bothered is itself a choice in the way that unbothered is not. Like unbothered is a
state.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I get
Yep.
it.
Yeah, exactly. I can't be bothered is sort of like the thing that you say when something actually did irritate you a little bit.
Right. It gives it away that
I
you had to
think.
protest that you can't be because it must
Right.
have. Yeah. All right. All right.
But if you
Whereas
literally
unbothered
never,
is just like, no, I don't have to tell you. I can't.
Unbothered
I
is
can't be
like-
bothered to tell you.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Unbothered is like you did all that and I didn't even notice. It's beautiful. And it's the kind of thing that also has become, obviously, because it's on the internet, aspirational. So
Mhm.
there are articles like the 10 habits of unbothered people that the rest of us can learn from. They don't allow their emotions to get the better of them. It's interesting because unbothered is sort of like, honestly, the TikTok version of just the Stoics.
Yeah, I could see that. I think it's kind of ironic that there's 10 habits of unbothered people that you should try to emulate when unbothered people are like, why?
Why?
just
like, I'm
just
not
be
trying to be you.
unbothered. Don't try to do anything.
I think actually, now that you mention it, unbothered is almost like, it's almost the opposite of sort of anxiety culture. Like we talked
Yeah.
about how anxiety had itself become a thing. Talking
This
about
is
your
the
anxiety.
reaction. Yeah.
This is now that we're talking about it, I'm realizing this kind of is the reaction. It's like the be more stoic and don't care so much, or like they aren't afraid to say no and set boundaries is one of
You're
their
burned out. So just stop. Stop with the
unbothered.
anxiety. Stop with the
Stop.
worrying. Stop running over and yelling at the father to give you the baseball that you didn't get.
right. This, by the way, I love number 5, which combines two things together. They remain confident in their truth. They are so unbothered that they just are confident in their truth.
That one is the one that stuck out to me because I'm like, but what if they're wrong? like
Right. No.
like when you talk about Buddhist stuff, Buddhists aren't confident in their truth so much as like they realize they will never fully understand truth or
Right.
some, I'm not a Buddhist. So, but that it seems like it's less about like, I'm so right and more about no one is right.
I mean, it is sort of perfectly American in social media to be like, I'm confident in my truth.
Yeah.
And there can be no right or wrong, by the way, because it's my truth.
That image is way too smug to be unbothered.
Then it gets kind of sad. They don't expect much from others.
That tracks.
They don't aspire to be perfect.
Now we're
It's kinda
back.
nice.
Now we're back on what I'm
Now
what
we're
I'm picking
back.
up. Yeah.
They stay focused on the present.
Absolutely. Okay.
They practice gratitude daily.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe.
And
Could
more
they?
importantly,
Or maybe they don't bother. I don't know.
I know, exactly. I'm like, really? I think you're unbothered. No.
Yeah.
And then finally, they don't engage in any drama,
Yeah. That tracks.
making
Okay.
them not fun.
But the thing is, if you have to read this article and remember these 10, then you're going in the wrong direction.
Exactly. If you're so bothered by your lack of unbothered,
You're like, I'm so anxious about becoming unbothered. Then it's not
that
going
I
to work.
need to know how to be more so. It's kind of it's great. It's an outcropping of mindfulness and all of that. But I just
Definitely a reaction. You're right. It's a reaction to the anxiety. It's like, you know what? Forget it. I'm unbothered.
I'm unbothered.
Hmm.
Yep.
What should be our thing of the week?
Oh my goodness.
Let us know in the chat because I
Let us
can't
know.
decide. I think all 4 of them have very good arguments.
I'm kind of in love with. Well, I like one of Tom's too for sure as the thing of the week. I either like the dragon fruit or the cake with
Or the
wine
eating
glass.
cake. Uh-huh.
There's something delightfully unbothered about eating cake with a wine glass. Like it sort of does say.
Yes, there really is. That's
Like
a really
it kind
good
of does say, you know
really
what,
good
like
point.
let me eat cake because this is out of control.
So far, chat is on the side of cake. They're not even
Right.
saying eating cake with a wine glass. They're just
They're like,
they
"Just give me
possibly are
cake."
just demanding cake.
They would just like us to send them cake.
Yes.
Oh my
All right,
god, we should put wine glasses in the merch shop that say cake cutter.
Oh, don't forget that.
Yeah,
That's genius.
Please help us remember cake cutter wine glasses. I might have to text
Yes.
Rich right now. Okay, I
That's
like but
brilliant.
cake with a wine glass for sure.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right, let's get to your things. Feedback at it'sathing.me. Jeremy has a question. Remoto, have you covered birding? I thought it was just me, but apparently it's a thing. And a link to the Audubon magazine article about birding becoming a big hobby, a booming hobby. Molly had bird watching, goddammit, as a thing in episode 269. So yes.
So over 100 episodes ago.
So yes, we have covered it, but Jeremy, we're glad you reconfirmed still a thing. That's important.
It's really, it's only growing too, because now it's just a marker of your middle-agedness. Like it is 100% such a thing. Bird watching, goddammit, is perfect. Matt Bat writes in on a scam thing. Obviously, gift card scams, he says, have been a thing for a few years. Usually a scammer convinces a person that they need to send money to them in the form of gift cards. YouTube shows like Scammer Payback have successfully stopped people from buying $1,000 in gift cards by calling the target the victim is at, which is helpful and useful. But it's such a big thing that apparently my local Publix has now posted warning signs on the gift card end cap.
Ah, okay. That's a good update too.
That's a good update.
Yeah.
I guess it also says it really remains a huge thing. Good Lord.
Yeah. Adam in San Diego has a thank you. Wanted to thank you for introducing me to the Savannah Bananas, Molly. I had never heard of them before you talked about them. As you had mentioned, getting tickets is practically impossible, but we noticed they were coming here to San Diego where I live, and it's my birthday, so we decided to splurge and bought great seats on SeatGeek. I'm so glad we went, as it was the most fun I've ever had at a sporting event. It's hard to explain to someone how the baseball game you went to had sing-offs, kiss-offs, dancing shirtless firefighters, players on stilts, pillow fights, baby races, kids in trash cans, trampolines, and Hall of Famer Trevor Hoffman as the closer. If you're interested, below is a link to just some of what we experienced. Thanks again for keeping me up to speed on all things. And as an extra thank you, I just joined your Patreon. Welcome, Adam.
Oh,
so
my
glad.
goodness. Okay, you know how I just said it means you can be in the Discord? Gifted Napper in the Discord just said, that's me.
That's
Adam,
me. Let's give to
Me, Adam
Never.
San Diego. Yes, welcome. Also, I have to go to this immediately because baby races are my number one favorite sport thing by far.
Well,
And
there you
I
go.
love
Just
the
one
actual
more reason.
sports,
Yeah.
But baby races.
The only way you can see a Savannah Bananas game is SeatGeek or StubHub. Like they sell out so fast.
Oh my God. I feel like we have to go to one as some sort of a thing field trip. We got to figure
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Yeah.
Evan wrote in with a potential thing. Hi, Tamale and Rich. Cuspy millennial here. I've seen various articles over the last few years about the younger generations embracing the emo scene look and accompanying music. However, I didn't actually experience a double take worthy moment until this summer. High school is officially back in session here in New York City with no phones, also a thing. And boy, are they sending me right into the MySpace era. I've seen groups of girls, each sporting their own colorful raccoon tail hair. Think fluorescent colored highlights with sprayed on black horizontal stripes over top. I've also seen raccoon tail accessories attached to clothing and bags. They have the hair, the clothes, and even the signature rawr hand pose at the ready for selfies. Pull it all together with a point and shoot camera, and it's 2008. And then he sent a bunch of link and says why Gen Z is bringing back 2000s emo culture and what it says about us.
Man.
Wow, this is so good.
I was already feeling my hip hurt when we talked about Y2K, and now we're talking about 2008 coming back.
Coming back. I'm like, bro, it just was 2008. I don't know what you're talking about. But that is very interesting though, because I have definitely noticed the return of Paramore in particular. They all know Paramore and listen to Paramore, and they're redoing the Paramore songs.
Oh my
And I didn't realize that it was part of this, like the emo thing.
Yeah.
Black clothes, studded belts, side-swept bangs, skinny jeans, heavy eyeliner, and a community that offers outsiders a place to belong.
Time to dust off the old iPod.
It's even black. It's even
It's
emo.
black.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
That's a great one.
Lee Price on food sequencing. Turns out I've been eating in the correct food sequencing pattern all this years, but I've always known it as eating Catholic style. You eat the guilt-free items first.
Amazing.
I felt that one, Lee. Yeah, obviously dessert last, except for my great uncle who legendarily would go and eat dessert first. And people would get mad at him, including his wife, and be like, why are you eating dessert first? You'll ruin your appetite. We're all Catholic here. And he would say, I don't know. I might not be around by dessert time.
Oh, Oh, that's dark, but also good and
You
funny.
just never know. Yeah.
Yep. Dave confirms that nutrient sequencing is definitely a thing. Hey, Tomori, I was listening to episode 385 where you were discussing nutrient sequencing and its effect on blood glucose spikes. I'm type 1 diabetic, and this has been fairly well known in the diabetes community for several years. If you're having a carb-rich meal and have it with things that are fatty or protein heavy, let me start over. If you're having a carb-rich meal and have it with things that are fatty or protein heavy, it slows down the absorption of the glucose into the blood and reduces the spike that you would see after eating. Sometimes I might still end up needing an additional bolus dose of insulin later, but it significantly reduces the sudden spike that I would otherwise see if I wasn't having protein and fats with the carbs. So this is definitely a thing and something that I've observed in my own experience.
Ah, good to know, Dave. Thank you
Yeah.
for that.
I do feel like increasingly a lot of dietary advice, and I have been saying this to my friends for a long time because my closest friend and my closest friend is, and my mom was type 1 diabetic.
Mm.
But increasingly a lot of health, like eating advice is coming down to eat as though you are a diabetic. Like small meals with regularity, avoid
Yeah.
spikes, keep the kind of like insulin and blood sugar steady.
Right.
Anyway.
Well, I guess it's like, essential to a diabetic to do it, but probably has good effects for everybody. That makes
Right.
sense.
I mean, we all need
Yeah.
stable blood sugar so our body can sort of metabolize properly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
TK has a thing from the youths. Hello, O arbiters of all things. My 20-year-old niece asked for a digital camera as her gift, specifically a very unimpressive Kodak Pix Pro 16 megapixel with 5x zoom. She also asked for an SD card and an SD card reader. When I asked why, she said that all her friends have these cameras and they're so convenient because all you need to do is read the card with the reader connected to your phone and then transfer the photos to your phone so you can share them on Instagram. They still know that there's a camera on the phone because my niece went on to say that many of her friends take a picture with the phone first, and if it's nice, they replicate it within the camera for better picture quality. I didn't argue, and I bought her the camera.
Honestly, my son has been shopping for like 15-year-old digital cameras. It really is a thing.
Yeah.
All you have to do is read the card with the reader connected to your phone and then transfer the photos to your phone so you can share them on Instagram.
Yeah, it's
Thing, by
super
the way,
easy.
they're going to get jobs someday and this is going to stop. That is incredible.
It always happens. It always happens.
Apologies in advance for language. Mike is in mourning. Hi, Thing Crew. It is with great sadness that I now inform you of the end of Orlando's great cock block, or chicken strip, the safe for work variety, and with it, the possible end of chicken
No.
as the thing. I know. So this is a restaurant, by the way, in case you were in case you were all wondering. He says a new thing that I've noticed, but for years now, we've been talking about chicken as the thing. Every restaurant that opens, chicken. But this one is evidently closing, and that's a pretty big deal. I don't know if I'm prepared to call the end of chicken, but it's a big deal. Mike also
the
yes?
end of the cock block is in fact a we talked about this quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about the cock block, like this place specifically, when we
Yeah.
talked about the chicken. Yeah, no, it's a big deal.
Yeah, this is not
Could
a
be.
good sign. It may not be the end of chicken as we know it, but it's not a good sign.
Could be a harbinger that we are ready to move on to a
Right.
different protein. I know I am. Mike also says a new thing that I've noticed and want to get a check on is to-go drinks. Not like those at fast food places where your whole order is to go, but regular sit-down places like diners or mid-level casual, TGI Fridays or Chili's. Increasingly, as I'm paying my bill, I find the waiter or waitress asks me if I want a to-go version of whatever non-alcoholic drink I have. I wonder if this is just a side benefit of these types of restaurants is pivoting to takeout orders because of COVID and then Uber Eats type services.
Now that he's saying this, I've always
Yeah.
thought of those kinds of restaurants as offering, like, do you want to take the rest of your drink to go? I usually think it was more of a like occasional thing, or if you asked for it, not
Right.
a like proactive, oh, you still have drink left. Yeah, let me get you a to-go cup for that.
Yeah. Huh. That's interesting. Already, I'm going to keep my eyes
me
peeled
too.
for that.
And Sarah has a new thing that's breaking out. Hey, team thing. Hot tub boat cruises look like the latest fun thing to do on a city vacation. floating hot tubs that you steer down a body of water in a scenic mobile party situation. I'm seeing them in New York, Chicago, Seattle, the Bay Area, Molly, and all over Europe. Send me down the Thames in one of these, please, and thanks.
I mean, you know, I'm already on this website. This is, are you kidding me?
Hottug.nl, nychottubboat.com. Of course, we don't have one in Los Angeles because you need water for that.
Right. I know. I'm trying to figure out what the, by the way,
I just like imagining this in the LA River and someone's just sitting in the bone dry bottom of the river in a hot
like,
tub.
wah,
Like,
wah.
we're not really going anywhere.
By the way, you can order food and non-alcoholic drinks for your soak. Pre-ordering things like charcuterie boards is encouraged
Encouraged?
because it ain't millennial activity if it doesn't have a charcuterie
Have a
board.
charcuterie. Yeah, exactly.
This is amazing, and I want to do it immediately. I love it.
All right. Yes. Another field trip idea.
So many, so little time.
All right, let's finish up with shout outs to our top tier of patrons at patreon.com/itsatthing. We've been having so much fun with these over the years, and we've really narrowed it down to a science. This week, Rich, our producer, created our shout outs to be based on Spirit Halloween item descriptions. Because it's already Halloween because it's early September.
I was going to say, because the spirit stores are already open.
Oh, yeah.
No question. Oh, this is a good one. I love this. All right. AB Puppy, help your little one join Lightning McQueen's crew.
AJ Venturella, looking for the perfect addition to your haunted pumpkin patch?
Benjamin Forrest, this creature ain't clowning around when he puts on a show.
BioCow, his terrifying light up yellow LED eyes are the last thing you'll see before he begins his feast.
Sorry, BioCow. Welcome. Brian John Porcaro, dress up in this costume and get ready to stop the separatists.
Wow. Dom, the sassiest looking good guy doll at the next Halloween party.
That's right. Ooh, Eric Duncan. There's nothing wrong with adding a little trash to the Halloween fun.
S-Dub Texas, transform into the original Tasty Boy.
Gabrielle Cohen, complete with a wearable 3D foam portrait. This costume piece will have you feeling like a work of art.
Aw. Jake Woods, join the guards and impress the front man this Halloween. Oh, I wonder which one that is.
Kevin Sill, this mask features a moving jaw mechanism.
Laura Abel, her head spins all the way around with bone cracking noises while her body flips and jerks in a terrifying motion.
Whoa! Lee Price, this look will have you feeling more powerful than any Jedi could ever dream of.
Louis Saint Amour, it's giving big weenie energy. I'm hoping this is an Oscar Mayer.
Mike Akins, watch out. Dagger Mike is fun-sized and ready to play.
Oh my God. Morris Jones, one rabid rodent you don't want to mess with.
Baylor Trucks, if you follow him, you will wind up swallowed by shadows so dark they will even consume your soul, and that's the decadent treat he's really after.
Oh no, Baylor Trucks, no, don't get me.
No! You really see why Rich didn't show up to today's recording.
Oh, I do. Yeah, he pretended he had to go to a baseball game, whatever.
Sure. Oh, those are amazing. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for supporting our show at any level, especially the shout out level, because you can see what joy it brings to us and hopefully you. Patreon.com/itsatthing is where you can support the show directly at any amount you like.
You can also support the show by buying merch. Remember, things that you can take home with you. Shop our page at itsathing.me/shop.
See you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Take my high. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Hi.
Things that are now real things. That
Things
are
you
things.
can take with you. Wine glasses that say cake cutter.
I mean, I texted our group chat.
You're welcome, Ron Reed.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I
This
was
is-
just reading that text, so that's why I said that.
These shout outs, by the way.
Spirit
Like,
Halloween.
These
Oh,
these go in the best of bucket.
yeah.
Like, that is funny.
Agreed. They were fun.
Big weenie energy. Sorry, buddy.
Oscar Mayer.
You know, he was like, I can't do that one to my Kakens. I gotta.
I love how he said, you know, you guys, I forgot I had to meet someone at the Guardians game.
Oh, I know. Yeah. You mean your wife? We know.
Yeah. I was like, dude, it's a baseball
I just
game.
Can't
Y'all
be
are-
there.
Yeah. That was funny.
They live the life. They really do.
I know they do.
Cleveland
Going to
has so
wrestling
many-
and baseball and
I know.
all the
I'm like,
things.
Cleveland has so many fun things, and they go to all of them.
yeah.
I love it. It's
You
wonderful.
can live a good life in Cleveland, folks. Don't let anybody tell you different.
Mm-mm.
Rich and Jackie Straffolino are living proof.
Crushing it. They are absolutely crushing it.
Indeed. Speaking of crushing it, I've got to go do another show shortly, so I need to walk Seven the dog. So I'm
was
going
just
to
gonna
wrap up
say,
this
yeah.
stream. But
Feed the
thanks
dogs and
everybody
do the
for
things.
being along with us.
You're the best.
See y'all
Love you, gang.
later.
See ya. Bye.
Give it to me.